Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Space Wreck, where apparently our character has just spent a couple of days in this incredible stress position right here. It seems like this would be murder on your hamstrings. But we're ready now to rescue them, and by rescue them, of course, I mean do horrible, unspeakable things. If we could just get these two in the same room and then dump some knockout gas into the vents in that room. I'm definitely thinking that it will not be possible to do, like, combat upon them. I have 3 HP and I don't know how to operate my gun. So this really does feel like a knockout gas kind of situation. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. Oh run, oh run, oh run. Okay, well if he comes all the way in here, we're gonna have a situation. It is possible that we could sneak up behind him and do some kind of knockout maneuver. Is that a thing in this game? Probably not. Oh, he saw me? Somehow. What if I shoot him? Cannot shoot him. Gun don't shoot that far. Okay, what if I, instead of shoot him, run? What if I real sneaky like just run away? Okay. Yeah, that's weird. He saw me when I would assume I was out of his detection range, and also his back was turned. I was surprised. Oh, they're almost in the same room. If he would just step in there, although that room doesn't, we don't have vent entrance to that middle room anyway, I guess. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, not all of these rooms are trivially gassable either. Can I just... Here's a question. Can I just throw the gas thing on the ground? Like, do I need to put it through a vent? Will it affect me if I'm in a vac suit? It shouldn't, right? Because that's the whole point of the suit. If we could get them to walk into the same room, I am fully willing to just run into the room and attempt that. Gosh, she's really quite persistent, isn't she? Just kind of standing here, staring. I assume that if they get one shot at me, they're going to kill me. So that's part of the reason that I am being as cautious as I am being. Is it overcautious? Possibly. Potentially. One of them's got to have the key to this locker, right? I really wish I could zoom out. Here we go. Here we go. It was a little bit cantankerous with the initial zoom there. Did a very strange jump, but if this guy could just come over here, we could resolve this. I could try to engage one of them in combat when they're close together and hope that the sounds of combat will draw them close enough together that I could just like spike the gas thing like a ninja smoke bomb. I am beginning to think that might be the only way that we are going to get them with one thing of the gas, and I definitely only do have one thing of the gas. I mean, she's clearly the captain. If I'm only going to get one of them, it should be her. Squeeze myself into this vent here. Also, I could save scum it. I could just gas this dude, check his inventory, then reload and gas her. Come on, continue walking that way. All I need is for their patrol paths to cross over each other for just a moment. I just need you to walk one more room in that direction. Ah, cowardice. A deep, deep cowardice. We don't know whose locker this is, right? And presumably it's not hers, because any of her stuff would be in her room. So I guess they both probably... Maybe this guy is actually a more valuable target because of the fact that he is more likely to have a locker key on him. Because we can already get into everything in the captain's office. Where are you going now? She really loves to walk over to those computers and just like hang out for a really long time. All right, I'm gonna have to just pull the trigger pretty soon here, but I'm gonna give them, as they are approaching each other here, we're gonna give them one more chance to sort of make my day. Yeah, all right. I'm just guessing. Let's just gas her and see if she has anything. No, don't walk into the room that has no ventilation. I guess we should test whether this thing works by just throwing it down. It does say spill a bit of the anesthetic liquid into the vent. I wonder if it would use it all. Let's test it. Let's do it. Let's stop wandering around and just go for it. Okay, so did that spend the whole thing? Who remembers what it was called? I think it had a... Yeah, I think it spent it. Okay, that's kind of what I was figuring. But, you know, with the language saying a bit. All right, let's check him. Let's check him. No, did I not go through? Interact. Uh-oh. My character has forgotten how to go through the vent. Am I still allowed to go through this one? Is it just the one that I poured stuff through that... Uh-oh. There's no non-vent way into... Okay, there we go. There's no non-vent way into that hallway. So if it had just decided I was done operating vents, that would have been very bad indeed. Check the pockets. Well, he's got a key card for the main door. He's got some bad weaponry and some ammunition. Phooey. No way to unlock that locker. All right, brilliant plan. Brilliant plan. I did an ambush. Aha! Suffer my ambush. Don't move before shot to improve accuracy and also to not get minus 50% damage. That's right. 3 entire... Ah, crap. That was all of my good shootings. Natalie looks unhurt. Well, that's terrible news. Then I broke line of sight, so I didn't get shot. Aha, Natalie, you fool. You've walked directly into my trap. So I could kick you across the room. Got her. Now we kick her. Get out of here. Bam. And then break line of sight. Yeah, that's about what we can do. I'm assuming, yeah, reloading is too many AP. I guess I just end my turn? She is fleeing. That's a good sign, right? She's probably... I don't have any more ammo. She's probably wounded enough that she considers continuing combat to be a bad play. She does seem to be more or less just... Is the problem that she lost sight of me? Is that what happened? Did her combat AI break because I'm too good at sneaking? I'm gonna try something here. I'm gonna try to grab her as she comes. I'm gonna wait right here. As she comes through that door, we'll shoot her again and then break line of sight a couple of times and see if I can replicate the result. She was like, I don't know, a ninja attacked me with a nail gun. And then they were just gone. What could I possibly have done? How could I have retaliated? Okay, that's just alcohol. Still have that empty fecal container. This stuff is just some kind of drugs. I mean, I'm allowed to just take these drugs. What if one of these drugs makes us great at combat? Stranger things have happened. Did she change into her captain's outfit to continue fighting me? That was a pretty fucking good shot, if I do say so myself. Uh-oh. Get through the door? Get through the door. Didn't actually break line of sight. Oh! She jammed her gun. She seems to be having a terrible time. Alright, hit a weak spot, causing a great deal of damage to Natalie. I pierced Natalie for 5. Scan vitals. Bad news for me. Love to do damage to Natalie. Am I allowed to jam myself through the vent? Nope, attempting to do so broke the UI. Okay. Well, good to know. Alright, so it turns out Natalie has 1 billion hit points and cannot be killed with this nail gun. Not by me. That's fine. We learned something. I wonder if she is like supposed to be really difficult relative to enemies, or if it is usually the case that enemies... No. Hold on a second here. Can we go back to my last manual save? Does this button? Yes, there we go. Load the manual save, please. Yes, I am save scumming. What are you gonna do about it? Hopefully nothing, because if the answer is anything, then I'm in a little bit of trouble here. I mean, it's not the end of the world. If we don't manage to get this and we do end up spending our knockout gas in here in a way that's not like hugely beneficial. These things happen. I mean, they're both in the same room right now, right? Hold on. Okay. So I step into the room, and then I go into my inventory, and then I find this stuff. Is this it? Yeah. Interact. Spill the liquid. You get a feeling that some people, seeing you spill unknown liquid in their vicinity, may not be understanding. Well, it's fine. They're going to become unconscious. Got him. End combat. Okay, well, I'm not trying to end combat with hostile creatures nearby. I'm trying to end combat with unconscious creatures nearby. Alright, apparently we're gonna stick with that. Check the pockets of this Natalie. I don't have enough... Wait, really? With full AP, I don't have enough AP for that? Well, can we just end... Okay. I'm gonna walk away from them in the hopes that it will let me end combat if they can't perceive me in any way, and then when we sneak back over here, we shouldn't re-enter combat because they're unconscious, right? Yeah, okay. Check pockets. Key card, key fob, Natalie ID card, captain of the ship Spreaditis, her personal water bottle, that's cool. Oh, I wonder if I could have, like, stolen her... Oh, you know what? We saw her go into her room and take a drink. I bet I could have used my sleeping pills to get her knocked out. That said, I don't know how actually valuable it was to get her ID and stuff. I'm just gonna log in, look at my notes. Oh, she's got all kinds of notes on her crew. Passionate about keeping order, muscle, suitable for combat, useless engineer. We are suspicious he was or is part of a cult or sect, but we've never had any problems with that. He's just weird sometimes. Listen, every once in a while, he does a ritual, he performs some anthropomancy. It's fine. Santa lacks any useful skills. Harsh. Temperamental, sometimes even hostile. Pretty, though. Doesn't really seem like an appropriate thing for a boss to be noting about their employees. Very good engineer, proficient with electronics and software. Which... I do not remember what the first member of their crew who agreed to work with us was. Finn Allison, nicknamed Ms. Finale, is not a part of the crew, joined us on the co-module to help with the plan. Very good at surviving in combat. Excellent sniper, takes a shot only when 100% confident, uses mines. Okay, so just like a really unpleasant person to be around. Well, I mean, listen, as long as you're not the kind of person who she feels should be blown up with a mine, she's probably lovely. Okay, this guy is a charming bastard, unofficial leader of the group. Officially, it's me. I'm the captain, but who am I kidding? Okay, interesting. Edzus is antisocial and good with electronics, never speaks more than a couple words at a time. Is he a psychopath? Feels like a big jump from that. Oldest guy, but with the most experience. Those two things sometimes go together, in fact. And Dumpus, which is just, it's a very, okay, Dumpus is it's a very unfortunate name. Rex. Most of the locations are too far to reach, but two are within the range, I assume. The Orion, partially destroyed space barge, could be a possible supply of engine parts, too dangerous for looting. And the Kerbads, huge rock ship with a large population of survivors. Paranoid, they have an army of robots and accept only recognized traders. Use terminal upstairs with this password. It's some nerd stuff, don't ask. I don't recognize it. Could be a reference to just about anything, really. They have food, drugs, and porn for sale. Important, they have no engine replacement parts. Just porn. Critically important to know. Alright, well that was interesting at least. Time to fly this ship into the sun. Make sure you have the key fob on you before you try to access the ship. I sure do. Yes, hello, it's me, your captain. I mean... Here's the thing. Am I allowed to move these unconscious bodies? Because, like, they're going to wake up at some point. Hold on. Return. Switch off. Just give me manual save. I'm just gonna steal this whole ship? Mostly because I can. I'm just... Copy coordinates of your mothership Bulta from your screen slate and enter them into the autopilot. Fucking let's go! I stole the fuel for the pod, and then I just fucking left the pod there. And I left all those people to die, probably. So, you know. We're not playing a morally good character here. I assume this is not supposed to have stopped animating, probably. Listen, the game's in early access. We know this. We knew this when we signed up. Okay, well, they're still unconscious. I'm going to leave now. I have no idea how long that stuff's going to last. I want to wait for the bot to move around here, and then we will escort ourselves out. I brought us many supplies and also a hostile robot. I know how much y'all love it when we have a hostile robot. Okay, detection range is pretty small. Oh, oh. Okay. I don't know if you can... My opinion is that you cannot see me, but I know you definitely can't see me if I'm over here. Okay, it's giving chase rather than giving up because I broke line of sight. That is a little worrying. Hello, I would like to airlock to Bolta, please. Hooray, we're home. Stop sneaking. I'm the boss around here. I don't have to sneak. Okay, so our home ship is not so big. I mean, listen, I brought a whole spaceship full of parts. What is it that we needed? I'm gonna go ahead and manually save here. This is the way we're trying to resolve this problem. What? The shuttle bay doors, they're not letting me back in? That's short straw, I'm telling you. Hi. Hey, Maris, what's up? Welcome back, Captain. Good job on the fuel chip, but unfortunately we have new problems. I don't feel like our character is this... Our character is bad enough in conversations that this level of braggadocio doesn't feel appropriate. What do you mean? What's wrong? While you were away, tensions have been rising between second and first class passengers. It all spilled over when second class discovered that the elevator's locked, essentially trapping them downstairs. The fact that the kitchen, along with food and water supplies, is upstairs makes it all way worse. Yeah, no, that's not... Unlock the elevator! And then, just as you were arriving, a few especially disgruntled passengers have apparently taken a hostage and are blocking our access to the engine bay, which will prevent us from repairing the engine. That is the worst part of it, yes. Also, the hostage is Mr. Grunberg, who, as you probably know, is our only mechanic. Okay. Of course, who else would it be? I could probably fix the engine. I feel like my hands are maybe capable of that task. We need to resolve this hostage crisis as soon as possible. The pirates are undoubtedly, it's a tricky word to spell, it's not their fault, on our tail, and if we don't get out of proverbial dodge now, they will find us soon enough. Yeah, what are you doing about all this? Me, sir? Well, had you been away, it would indeed be my responsibility to resolve this case as the captain's substitute. But as you have returned just in time, this feels like your jurisdiction now. I'm but a first officer, and if captain's aboard, the passengers, especially first class, won't talk to me. Yeah, okay, of course. Very believable. What do you know about the hostage taker? The hostage taker contacted us by intercom from panel in the engine bay. She refuses to talk any other way and threatened to use violence if anybody would try to enter the bay. Use the comm panel on the bridge behind me. Jill is keeping an eye on the line. Ask her for help as needed. Do we know what kind of weapons she has? Okay. So she got a hold of Grunberg's gun. That doesn't seem like the worst thing ever. Alright, let's, I guess we can go start working on that. There's a whole lot of space up here, but I can't imagine anything that's happening here is terribly pressing. Let's have some words with this person. Hold on, actually, I should probably talk to Jill first. Jill, what information do you have? Maris said you're monitoring the communications with the hostage taker. So, how... Okay, well, I feel like I know how to operate the intercom. And you've been monitoring it since the start, right? Okay, that's not a direction, not a branch to more actual dialogue. That's fine. Let's just go ahead and open up the channel. A woman's face appears in the screen. She kind of looks like Starbuck a little bit. I'm going to read her personality with my incredible perception of 2. Okay, I'm getting some vibes. I'm picking it up. Given the situation, this young woman is surprisingly composed and calm. You get the feeling that this act was not, at least not entirely, an emotional decision. There's some kind of plan in play. Premeditation. One thing is clear, though. She is not a killer. That's a heck of a lot to read from just a face. You feel reasonably confident that, if you met her face to face, having clearly announced your intentions unarmed and not carrying probably, she'd give up. However, there's enough stress that if you approach her incorrectly with a gun or unannounced, she'd feel cornered and attack. You cannot read all that from someone's face. That just is not how faces work. Hello, it's me. I'm the captain. You look too young to be a captain. Okay, great. Thanks. You look too young to take hostages and throw your life away, but here we are. Got her. Okay, she liked that. You sound almost like my father. That seems unlikely. We're ready to repair the ship and get out of here. I don't want to start guessing about her father, because, you know, if she has a bad relationship with him or something, I can only see this really leading down a bad path. I can't see us getting anything out of it. We're ready to repair the ship and get out of here, but as I understand, you've taken our engineer hostage and blocked access to our engine bay. So, like, why, though? Do you really have the fuel controller? Yeah, absolutely. I sort of assumed that realistically you would fail your mission, seeing how unlikely it is to find a working replacement part on some random space rack. Okay. That still doesn't give you a motive. What, is that why you did this? Yeah. If we end up adrift in space, access to food and water is even more critical for survival. I mean, yeah, in the very short term. In the even medium term, everybody on the ship's dead, so it probably is not like a... Alright, look, there's no need for any of this anymore. We got the chip, we can leave. Yeah, but now that I have a gun pressed against a person's head, it's a bit too late to not do it. Okay, but like, how do you see yourself getting out of this then? Well, for now, it's too soon to worry about that. First, the elevator. While it is still locked, I am not talking to you any further. Yeah, it does feel like we should unlock the elevator. I am all about that. And if I fix the elevator problem, you'll let him go? No, of course. This is not even one of my demands. It's more of a reminder to do your... This is fair. She's got me here. Who's calling the shots? The captain or the first class? Do you want to kill more than half the people by depriving them of food and water? No, I absolutely don't. I will deal with the elevator thing. All right. I'm going to fix it. She's right. When she's right, she's right. Maris, what the fuck with the elevator? She wants the elevator unblocked. This is kind of a bummer, because what I want to do here in this situation is say, I want the elevator unblocked. I don't want to come to him with this, like, weak, hey, listen, I'm being told what to do thing. I am the fucking captain of this ship, and I would like to apply some authority in this situation. Yeah, we really should do something about that. Yes, I think so. Fucking, okay, fine. I will handle it personally, I guess. Where's the damn elevator? Huh, a removed floor tile. Alright, what's the deal with this elevator? Oh, maybe I should change out of my vac suit. I would probably command slightly more respect in my captain's uniform, right? Which I totally have on me. Equip. Alright, hell yeah, look at that. Now I look like I'm in charge, or I look like Donald Duck. Donald Duck was often in charge, and nothing bad ever happened to him from attempting to exercise his authority, so this is great. Well, I don't have a fucking hairpin, so I am absolutely going to rifle through everyone's stuff and steal some hairpins. Can't get in there to steal the hairpin without a hairpin. What is this? This is some kind of supply room to which the door is also locked. You know, as a captain, I have access to a remarkably small portion of my ship. These are like people's private quarters. I get those being locked. If this is just like a big supply area, the captain should definitely be able to get into the supply area. Yep, and there's a hairpin in there as well. Also, so many pills, you know, to feed my addiction. Now, granted, my addiction is to carrying pills around more than to like using them for anything. I just like to have them. I just like to know where all the pills are. Yo, there's an out of order sign in here. I'm gonna take that. I feel like that could be useful. Whoa, Hector's remarkably heavy for a thing that does not say that it has any weight, or mass rather. Those pills are properly weightless. Go into the bathroom here and grab a hairpin. Hell yes. I don't know whose chambers these are. Hopefully they don't care about the stuff in the locker. This is my room. This is where I keep my extra captain's uniform. So that is my, presumably that is my hairpin. It is me. Hi. Did you fix the elevator problem? Not yet. I'll be right back. Hold on. I'm going to fix this elevator problem, I swear. Somehow those shelves are locked? Is that how shelves work? Alright, just running around the ship gathering all of the hairpins. Listen, I need all of these. Can I fix the elevator from here? Okay, here we go. Access main elevator. Let's just do a computer skills on it. Status offline, restrictions unknown, drivers unknown. Well, turn the restrictions off then. Device offline, please connect. Somebody unplugged the... Okay. Somebody unplugged the elevator. First of all, they should not be able to do that. They should not have access. I guess that's what this panel was removed for, huh? Alright, I'm going to plug the elevator back in, and if anybody messes with this, I am going to be very angry. Someone has tried, or maybe even succeeded, rewiring the network cables for nearby devices, such as the elevator. Well. Soldering iron and electronic junk. Okay, I do not have electronic junk. Can also short-circuit some of the wires to melt bits of solder scraped off other components, but I actually can't. That's grayed out. I need some electronic junk. Did any of these containers... There's an iron. We have an iron, though. Here we go. Bits of wire also seem useful. I'm going to grab both the pieces of electronic junk, because it does seem like a thing that's broadly useful. I do still have my soldering iron, right? I didn't do anything silly with it. Yeah, no, okay, we're good. Alright, fix wiring with tools. This was just part of the problem. You also need to restore and reconfigure the system now that the doors are linked back. That part, I'm actually slightly worse at, but hopefully we'll be able to... Given that we already made the roll, I'm hoping this will be one of those things where it just remembers our result. It takes kind of a lot of clicks and also animations to get to this part of the thing. Yep. Okay, cool. It remembered. Restrictions off. All right. Cool. My stress went up. This device is working properly. Restrictions off. All drivers are up to date. Great, because I don't know how we would connect to anything. I'm also going to enter the room terminals here. Just going to have a look. Genoa Dilkirk. 87 years old widow, survivor of Henry Lee Dilkirk, so-called Bourbon King. Once very successful, the company lately has suffered financial blows and brand was brought by Chinese Happy Cat Non-Mega Corporation. Peercoin account balance is negligible, but there is a safe box listed under her name in the ship's baggage storage on the lower level. Suffers from various illnesses, okay, it's not very complete, and has to take considerable amounts of prescription drugs. There's a note from her doctor to pay extra attention to water intake, as dehydration might trigger a coma. Okay, fairly serious. For such cases, undefined is prescribed that should always be with her. Okay, that's not... The bad English there is actually impeding meaning a little bit. Well, what if we just... what if we just got the keys to our room? Room 2 is vacant. Room 3 has an average difficulty, which I did not hit. Room 4? Passenger Andrew Miletown. What a name. 21-year-old Oxford University student, comes from wealthy English family, studies space economics, you know, at Oxford. Apparently that's a thing you can do. Oxford out here still extant. Oof. I'm rolling terribly today. I'm currently vacant, and room 7. Yeah, wow. Really bad rolls. Making all of those skill points feel a little tiny bit wasted. Okay. Well, that problem's solved. So which room is room 1, do you reckon? I think it's probably this one, because I'm allowed to click inside of it now. Nope. Maybe this one? I mean, we could just try to pick a lock. Did I get the key to her door, or did I get the key to her storage thing? I might have gotten the key to her storage locker down in the storage section. Anyway, the elevator's fixed. Let's go do this. You know, y'all are really eroding my bargaining position here by giving the hostage taker such free wins. If you could just maybe choose not to be monstrous before I show up, it'd be very helpful. Yes, the elevator is unlocked. Really? Okay, let me check. Oh, indeed, you're right. The elevator is working again. Thank you. I mean, that was highly illegal and unethical in the first place, but still. See, I don't feel like this is appropriate to say. It's a bummer that this is the only option, because I didn't keep my end of the bargain. And she's going to point out that, hey, I just said this is not what we were bargaining about. This is table stakes. Okay. What is your demand? There are pirates on our tail. You are putting everyone, including yourself, in needless danger. Harsh. I want your room, the captain's quarters, where I will spend the rest of the trip together with Mr. Grundberg here. Considering he's the only competent member of the staff, I see only fitting he gets to take a few days off. Oh, and by the way, I will need a spacesuit as well. Okay, we do need Grundberg to repair the engine. Oh, please, he's repaired the engines already. All you need to do is put in the new fuel chip. Anybody can do that, even you. Fine. Then will you let us access the engine blocks? I mean, I can just give her my room. It's not a big deal. Okay, and when are you planning to release him? What happens when we get back to Earth? Since I would move away from the engine bay, I'll lose leverage. Thus, Mr. Grundberg has to stay with me as a hostage, of course. I will release him as soon as I am safe, but no sooner than we are in Earth's orbit. Okay, and then you have the spacesuit to jump out of the ship, presumably? Because, like, obviously, if you're still on board when we land, it's going to be a very difficult situation. I mean, alright, you can have the room. Good. Bring down the room's keycard and spacesuit. Put them in that box near the workshop door. Bring food and water as... Oh, man. Okay, 5 food items and 5 water bottles. Don't you want that food and water in the room already? No. No. I don't trust you? Better if I can see the food and water before I give up access to the engines. Okay. Because the thing is, I could totally poison the water before, like, this is not actually a more trustworthy situation. And I absolutely am going to put sleeping pills in the water, right? Obviously. I'll let you know when it's done, I guess. Man, how am I going to carry 5 food items and 5 water bottles? Ugh, what a nightmare. Alright, I've lost my tooltips. So you may as well have as many sleeping pills as possible. I need to find another vac suit because I do not want to give her my vac suit. Hopefully that's, you know, pretty easy to understand the driving force behind. So there's definitely some stuff around here. What is this door? Ah, that's an airlock. Okay. Hello, Cambot. So is this door locked? Am I allowed in here? Dr. Slacteris. Hypothetically, do we have a way to quickly knock out a person that's barricaded herself in a tiny room? Like, do we have any additional, what was it called, annex? What sort of sinister plan do you have in mind, Captain? Well, as you probably know, there is this hostage crisis. What if we just flood the room with knockout gas? Oof. Indeed, Captain, you have managed to pleasantly surprise me. I have? Yes, in my professional opinion, this is a smart and reasonably safe plan to deal with our current little hostage problem. Okay, cool. So you're on board? The plan is good, but unfortunately only hypothetical. I have just the stuff, shows a vial with the blue liquid in his hand, but it is very, very dangerous. A few drops of this can knock out half the ship. I'm sorry, but with all due respect, I have no confidence in you. Okay, what if you're the one who does it? Me? Are you mad? I'd lose my license. Okay, yeah, sure, do no harm, whatever. I don't think you would lose your license, but I also think I am going to steal that vial from you. I'm good at sneaking. This is like my whole deal. I'm not actually that good at sneaking, but we're going to try anyway. I am considered to be highly visible. Bye. Yeah, I can't really get behind him. He's put himself in the perfect position. Okay. Maybe I can find some somewhere else? I certainly would prefer that outcome to the one where I actually have to gather up 5 food and water items. Now that the elevator works, we go down to the next floor. We could just like talk to randos around here. Hi, is this all your... It's hard to tell what's just like unlit background and what is the hair of this person, because it's probably not supposed to be like that, but sure is what it looks like. Hey, do you know anything about this elevator blockade? Blockade? Is it locked? Well, I had no idea. I never go down anyway. Now that you mention this, that passenger right there was doing something near the elevator moments ago. Okay, thanks, DJ Khaled. Are you the person who fucked up my elevator? Hey, you're from staff, right? I need to talk to you. Let's maybe try to get an idea what I'm dealing with here before we... Oof. He seems angry, probably high on drugs or something like that. Those two things don't really have a lot to do with each other. Yeah, I'm the captain, in fact. Perfect, just the person I wanted to talk with. And what seems to be the problem? Nobody's telling us anything. How long are we going to be stuck here? Will the air, food, and water suffice? Are first-class passengers prioritized? Excuse me? What do you mean prioritized? I know it could be perceived as being cold, but we, the first-class passengers, have paid considerably more. Is it too much to expect some additional security? Okay, listen, there's no reason for panic. Our resources are fine. Blah, blah, blah. I don't believe you people. You just keep ignoring us, your clients, the ones that pay you. I'm not used to laying down and waiting for good things to happen. I've taken matters in my own hands. Yeah. Even though now I am billionaire, I started as a simple coder, so it was not too difficult for me to hack the elevator. Now it can be activated with this key card only. Okay. Yeah, I already took care of your petty little tantrum. The elevator is working as it's supposed to. Good day. He looks absolutely devastated. What? No, wait. Really? How? Yeah, I don't have time for your childish acts. So we're gonna, like, put this guy in the brig or something, right? Because he is clearly a problem, and also billionaires in general. Just throw him in the brig. Sort him out later. Alright, do I want to talk to everybody else? The problem here is that we're on the first class deck, and everybody up here is going to be a first class passenger, which is to say they're all going to be whiny children. I think we're probably going to just move on, honestly. But I don't know if I want to start a whole new area of the ship this late in the episode. And also, my throat hurts. It's my fault. I shouldn't have done that voice. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. We did some things this episode. Our character is just looking out for number one. And that means, I guess, that we have more in common with these billionaires than I would like to admit, but they're not number one. Mostly they're number two is what we've learned so far. So when you come back next time, I'm going to continue looking out for number one, because I guess that's the character we're playing. And we'll see you then.